Hello, this is Richard D'Amico, and I'm providing you today something to think about. So the topic is going to be traffic citations, and you know how this goes. You're cruising along, you're on the highway, nobody else is on the road, and the speed limit's 55 miles per hour. You're going 62 miles per hour, something, a hair above what is considered acceptable. And the cop sees you, he's got his sights on you, his lights turn on, he's got you clocked down for that speed, and you get pulled over. And he walks up to you, he says to you, "Hey, do you know what I've pulled you over for today?" And of course you respond, "Well, I'm not too sure, what is it?" And he says, "You were speeding." And that's all well and fun, but you're hoping you can get off. But of course he's having a bad day or something like that, and he gives you the speeding ticket. Now, this on its face is not very malignant, but the problem is that there's a $175 fine attached to that ticket, and you are required to respond by such and such a date and plead either guilty or not guilty, and post the fine sum as collateral that you're going to show up and take care of this ticket. Now, the $175 price, I think, is very important because as a millennial myself, all those of us between the ages of 21 and 35, that's about a day and a half of work. And with today's wages versus inflation society, as you may well know, it is not in our favour. We can't afford to take off of work for an outcome that's probably outside of our control because it's your word versus the officer's. Now, so let's say you pay the fine as most people do and you go on with your life. But what about the circumstance where you are not guilty and you want to fight this on the principle that you are not guilty? The price point imposed by the local governments for these fines are at such the perfect margin that the opportunity cost of taking off of work is still ever so slightly greater than fighting for your own innocence, forcing you to lie, in essence, and select that you are guilty and you're going to be paying this ticket. The reason I bring this up is because this did happen to me recently, where I was accused of going, too fast or whatever. And I know for certain I wasn't, because I drive mostly commercially and I am a very conscious driver. And I did happen to be watching my speed at the time, and so after I was pulled over, I knew it was bogus, but it just wasn't in the works to fight the ticket, so I ended up pleading guilty. And I think there's something wrong with that. So the question is, has the government just gotten lucky, or are they certainly that good that they can price these tickets in such a way that they know that you're not going to fight it and you're going to take the fine and provide the government with some sort of additional revenue? And that's the question I pose today for you. Is this the case? What are your experiences with traffic citations, and were they negative in the fashion that mine was? Leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. My name is Richard D'Amico, and I do hope to be more active coming up in the near future. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a good one.